are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing on up. What is going on? What is going on? You guys, we're going to go over this. And yes, we're on Petition and we're also on YouTube. So I want everybody to know to just relax and make sure you share the live. Hit the thumbs up if you didn't. Go back out and do that. I like that song too. Ain't it beautiful? It's beautiful. Okay, you guys, I don't know if you guys know. I want to share something with you before we get off into this conversation. The reason why I came on early, you didn't park that car. I did park the car. You guys missed it. I parked the car, but you guys didn't hear it. Then we parked the car. Did you guys like that little intro? Because I was just playing with that last night. And so I made it. It's not an intro, but it might be our intro for a minute. Because I like it. And we're trying to get room. So we're pulling things out, getting new things to put in there. Okay? Okay, you guys. Let me tell you what's going on. Okay? So we're finna get started. There was another release of information on Codi Bigsby case. It's called the Comprehensive Overview. Zena says she liked it. We at the garage waiting for the car. We parked the car, you guys. We parked the car. You guys missed it. Okay. I want you guys to understand something. So when they released this overview on August the 1st, I don't know who else got to see it or seen it or whatever, but we're going to talk about some other stuff also. But This might be the very last time. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not because I don't love Codi. If there's updates, we'll talk about Codi. If there's new information, we'll talk about Codi. If something's going on, an event, or a milestone is coming up, we're going to talk about Codi. But we're going to talk about other cases coming up because we're getting a little bit behind on the other cases. But this is a very special segment today. I want you guys to know this is very, very important that everybody gets this same information. Now, thank you, Woke to God, for the 3,000 fan noise, because we sure did need it. We definitely going to need it tonight. Okay? She said, amen. Yes, I know. But this is not just any. Let me tell you something. Anytime that an attorney does something, anytime that the news says something, if it's anything that I know everybody don't have the information, we're going to bring it out front. Okay? But I'm not going to get into the gossiping part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I want to keep the focus on Codi. We're never going to give up on Codi. I see Lisa T. I see you got one in there. You know what I'm saying? We're never going to give up on Codi. Okay? It's still not 5 o'clock yet. So first thing I want to share with you guys is when I found this article, it kept on saying the court, and this is confirmed. But always remember who's telling this story. Here, even though that this is the comprehensive overview of the court records, remember who's ever telling the story is not going to give us the negative part. They're going to give us what they want to give us about the situation. Okay? So this is basically, as I read this and went over it 3 or 4 times today, guess what? I believe that this is Cory's side of the story because of the words that they were using. They were using words like, well, he fired his first attorney. That's court records is not going to say that. You guys understand what I'm saying? Please put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys understand. The courts is not going to put that in the court records that he fired his attorney, because we know, like everybody else know, they went to court. They was in front of the judge. The judge asked them about the ethical differences or whatever. They both agreed that they were not going to be able to fix it and work it out. And so Jeffrey Ambrose withdrew. And then down the road, the family was like, he didn't withdraw. Cory fired him. So when you hear people say, oh, he got fired, you know where this is coming from, right? Yes, everybody understand that. So this is, I read this and it's in there. It's not giving a lot of props to the things that were done. It's kind of like it tells it, but then it doesn't say, oh, yeah, the FBI's called in 2 hours into the investigation. It'd be like, well, and the FBI was there. And so it was said that there was no Amber Alert because this. And that's what they say, allegedly, or whatever. You know what I mean? So you now know that. And this came from the news. You guys understand what I'm saying? And it shocks me and it bothers me how they worded everything and they put everything in there. It really bothers me. But we're going to go over it. I'm not going to leave anything out. I will leave some things out, but the things I'm leaving out is because I just don't want to get in trouble. So, you know what? You got to find it on your own. If you have it, you have it. And if you don't, you don't. But some of the things that they don't have, let's go over it. Okay, you guys? Is everybody ready? Please put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. And then we will start. And if you got your paper and your pencil, because trust me, there's going to be some times, there's going to be some dates, there's going to be some people quoting some stuff, and you're going to be like, you didn't hear this. Well, you're going to hear it all right here, because it's going to be their side. And I know some people be like, oh, why is she on their side? Because guess what? I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on the kid's side, but we got to hear all the information. We can't just hear one person talk. So I'm not saying I'm against this. I'm just telling you where it came from. Okay? Let's get into this conversation, okay? And there's only but 63 on YouTube. You guys, did you share it? Did you share it? Freddie, did you share it? Did you share it? Because I know a lot of people be like, okay, here we go. So this comprehensive overview is over everything that happened in the interrogation, everything that led up to Codi being missing, and how the police pretty much, as they put it, put the link up. Yep. What do you mean put the link up? Put what link up? Put what link up? So anyway, here we go. So I'm going to start on, like I said, you guys ready? You guys ready? Let us begin. So Hampton, Virginia, they said, like I said, this article came out August the 1st. Oh, you want to come up? Well, wait until I get through this, and I'll put it in there. This article came up August the 1st, and I don't know if everybody's seen it. And then I want to tell you something that Mark Talbert said May the 25th, that he was speaking on another situation about the gun and the violence in the town, and they were having some meeting, and a reporter asked him about Codi, and he said, I don't know if Codi is dead or alive. Basically, he says, I don't know. He says, but that's what it appears to be, that he's not alive. Okay, I just want you guys to know that. Okay, I mean, that I can't remember word for word. I did make a copy of it. I just don't know which phone it was on because I was really busy. But here it goes. It says it's been 6 months since Codi Bigsby. Everybody ready? Put a 1 in the chat if everybody's ready. Let's go. It's 5 minutes after 5. Overview. This is them. This is what they're. And let me tell you guys something. They're in the chat. The other attorneys and stuff has been in YouTube and Facebook. They're listening to us. So they're getting the narrative out there. They're in there. They're talking to people, asking questions, coming up with answers and how to get out of a narrative or questions or something. So, it is what it is. Okay. All right. We're all ready. This is what it says. It's been 6 months since Codi Bigsby was reported missing from his Hampton home, and there's still no trace of the 4-year-old boy. For massive searches, efforts in community, vigils to a mishandling police interrogation and felony charges lodged against Codi's father. Okay. They said their investigation team combed through all of our coverages of the 6 months investigation and exclusively uncovered more details, information about the interrogation of his father, Cory Bigsby, in the first few hours after Codi was reported missing. This is a comprehensive overview of everything we know about Codi Bigsby's disappearance and the growing abuse and neglect case against his father. Now, you see how that was worded, you guys? Very much on the Codi side. You see what I'm saying? Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Lisa T put a 2. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. So here we go. It says Cory Bigsby reported his 4-year-old son, Cody, missing from the Buckrow Point apartment on Ranelette Drive just after 9 a.m. on January 31st. According to the Hampton Police Division, he told detectives that he discovered Cody missing when he woke up shortly after 7 a.m. And then it says, according to the court records obtained, okay, by the news reporter. So what did I just say? I said just after 9 a.m. on January 31st, he called the police. He said he woke up at 7 a.m. and he discovered his child was missing. Okay. It's going to be a lot of numbers here. Cory Bigsby told investigators exactly. Cory Bigsby told investigators he last saw Cody around 2 a.m. He said the 4-year-old was asleep and wearing all black clothing and Spider-Man flip-flops. Cody's disappearance immediately sparked a massive multi-agency search effort, which included assistance from the FBI. HPD set up its command post at the Ranelette Drive townhome complex on January 31st, and the news reporter observed the investigators that was on the scene and searching for evidence. Okay. The Virginia State Police did not issue an Amber Alert for Cody because his disappearance did not meet the criteria for one, including reasonable belief by the police that he was abducted. HPD investigators told the public they had no reason to believe Cody was abducted or that he was with known family members. VSP Sergeant Michelle confirmed that HPD did ask the agency if Cody case qualified for an Amber Alert, but was told it did not. Here we go. Cody lived in the apartment full-time with his father and 3 brothers. All of the children lived in the home were aged 5 years and younger. The day Cody was reported missing was the same day the family was scheduled to move into a new house. As investigators searched for Cody on the first day, Cory Bigsby and his 3 other sons were escorted to HPD headquarters just after 1 p.m. on January the 31st. The 43-year-old father and his young sons waited in the lobby until about 2:30 p.m. When he spoke with a HPD detective and an FBI agent at that time, Cory Bigsby was read his Miranda rights and was advised that he was not under arrest. That conversation with investigators lasted until about 3 p.m. and Cory Bigsby volunteered to continue speaking with investigators later that night, court records show. Cory Bigsby waited in the HPD headquarters lobby for about 6 hours until investigators spoke with him again. He complained of exhaustion and a headache and asked to be allowed to go home, according to court records. Quote, this is what Cory said. Do whatever you got to do. Cory Bigsby told police, let me go home. This is torture on top of torture. While Cory Bigsby waited to speak with investigators, HPD Chief Mark Talbot addressed the public in a press conference held at the townhome complex. He confirmed that Cory Bigsby was answering investigators' questions, but he also expressed concerns about the father's timeline of the 4-year-old disappearance. Mark Talbert, quote, "We aren't convinced it happened exactly when we found out about it." Cory Bigsby was taken into an interviewing room about 9:30 p.m. on January 31st and voluntarily took a polygraph test around 10 p.m. He was interrogated by an HPD detective and 2 FBI agents for about 7 hours, court records states. The first 2.5 hours of the interview was not recorded. Investigators began recording the interrogation just before midnight and continued recording it until it ended around 4:45 a.m. on February the 1st. According to court records, Cory Bigsby told investigators he was tired and wanted to go to sleep more than 20 times during the interview. This is a quote from Cory. "I've been breaking down all day. At this point, I'm tired. I got my little boys in there. I want to go home. I want to go to sleep. I've done already been dragged through the dirt. I've done already gone through hell, and I'm not trying to go through anymore." That's what Cory Bigsby told a FBI agent at 12:28 a.m. Investigators continued to question Cory Bigsby despite his repeated complaint of exhaustion and attempt to end questioning. They didn't let him leave, even though he was not under arrest, court record states. Cory, quote, FBI, quote, "I don't think going home is an option as far as what we're going to do tonight," a FBI agent told Cory Bigsby at one point in the interrogation. The interrogation became adversary around 4:04 a.m. during a discussion about the results of the polygraph test between Cory Bigsby and the HPD investigator. Talbert later told the public, with the HPD detective and an FBI agent in the room, Cory Bigsby made his first request for an attorney at 4:13 a.m., but the investigators ignored him, court records show. This is a quote from Cory. Now, you guys, please forgive me, but this is a quote from Cory. I got to read it as it is stated. Cory says, "Get me a fucking lawyer." 7 minutes later, Cory Bigsby requested an attorney again. Investigators ignored his second request for counsel and continued to question him until around 4:45 a.m. Then they moved him into another interrogation room and kept him isolated for 8 hours, according to court records. Cory Bigsby would remain at HPD headquarters without an attorney until he was arrested on February the 3rd and charged with 7 counts of felony, child neglect. The charges were not connected to Cody's disappearance. During the first few days of the investigation, Talbert repeatedly told the public that Cory Bigsby was at the police headquarters voluntarily. However, questions about his voluntary status were raised on February the 3rd when his former attorney, Jeffrey Ambrose, who was hired by his family, tried to speak with the father but was denied access to him on the basis that he hadn't asked for an attorney. At a February 4th press conference, Talbert told the public that Cory Bigsby never asked for an attorney during the questioning. However, he walked back that statement on February the 14th, admitting that the father did ask for representation and was denied. Mark Talbert's quote, "His desires should have been honored," Talbert said on February the 14th. They weren't. As a result, the HPD detective was removed from the case and put on paid administrative leave, and a New Hampton investigator was appointed to the case. It was confirmed that the first detective is still on leave. It is unclear if the FBI agent who was in the room when Bigsby requested an attorney was reprimanded, and if the investigator asked the FBI if that agent faced any consequences as a result of the mishandling interrogation, but the agency declined to comment. HPD set up a command post outside of Cody's home and stayed there through February the 4th. With community help, investigators spent a week searching a 1-mile radius around the apartment. At the command post every day, watching the investigation on February the 3rd, reporters witnessed evidence technicians searched the home, bringing out several sealed bags of evidence. Although Talbert initially told the public that both of Cody's parents were considered persons of interest in the case, investigators quickly cleared his mother on February the 3rd. Talbert publicly named Cory Bigsby as the main person of interest in the case. More than once throughout the week, Talbert expressed concerns about the accuracy of information provided by the father, saying evidence uncovered by investigators didn't match stories he told police about the last time he seen his son. From the beginning of the investigation, Cory Bigsby family has steadfastly defended his reputation. This is a quote from his sister. "I know my brother loved his children," his sister Tandalina Butler told on February the 1st in an interview. "When it came to chastising his children, he was a cream puff. The most he would do is raise his voice. He didn't put hands on his children." As police held and questioned Cory Bigsby, the investigative team dug into the father's background and discovered that the 43-year-old was charged with domestic assault involving Cody's mother in Norfolk, Hampton. The charges were set aside because the alleged victim did not cooperate with prosecutors. The investigator team was the first to report that Cory Bigsby was charged with 7 counts of felony child neglect on February the 3rd. The charges was related to incidents police believe happened in December and January before Cody was reported missing. Investigators said that Cory Bigsby admitted to leaving his children home alone on several occasions with no way to contact him or emergency services. He was arraigned on the charges on February the 4th. After extensive search of Cody's neighborhood and the surrounding areas, HPD announced it would move into an investigative phase. Talbert said that the FBI provided HPD with an extensive amount of forensics data that would take time for investigators to thoroughly review. Sergeant Reggie Williams' quote says, "We are in the investigative phase. Detectives are filtering through all the evidence gathered so far. Our searchers now are based only on new evidence that is uncovered during this process, said Sergeant Reggie Williams of the Hampton Police Department. Billboards featuring Cody's picture and contact information for the FBI were also placed along major highways in Hampton Roads. From a police interrogation room to the Hampton Road Regional Jail, Cory Bigsby left his home on January the 31st to voluntarily answer investigations questions and left police headquarters in handcuffs. He's been denied bond twice, fired his first attorney, and hired a growing legal team that has unsuccessfully petitioned for him to get a new bail hearing. While Cory Bigsby's legal team grows, the case against him has grown bigger too. On July the 5th, investigators were the first to discover that a grand jury indicted him on 30 charges, 23 of which were new. None of those charges are related to Cody's disappearance. The new charges allege that Cory Bigsby neglected and abused his children on several occasions. In the year before Cody was reported missing, he's also accused of failing to get medical attention for an injured child. If convicted, Cory Bigsby could face up to 162 years in prison. The abuse and neglect charges will not be overseen by Hampton Circuit Court judges because they reaccused themselves from the Cory Bigsby case on February the 17th. The Supreme Court of Virginia appointed Judge James Hawks, a retired judge from Portsmouth, to preside over the case. Amina Matheny Willard is currently Cory Bigsby's lead attorney. The father retained Matheny Willard to represent him in April after Ambrose, his original attorney, withdrew as counsel, citing an ethical issue that compromised his ability to represent Cory Bigsby. He said that the ethical issues was not based on any sort of a confession, contrary to what social media rumors had put out. When addressing the growing case against Cory Bigsby, Matheny Willard called the case a modern-day lynching. She issued a statement that said, in part, this is what Amina Matheny says: our criminal justice system history is littered with cases like this where the ends justify the means to arrogance, police and prosecutors, as we see in the case after case where corrupt police were able to obtain forced confessions. The state was wrong. The Commonwealth is likewise wrong here. And in the case, Cory Bigsby withstand the torture techniques and refused to confess to a crime he didn't commit. Today's indictment carried one clear message: Cory Bigsby had nothing to do with this Cody disappearance, and the Commonwealth's failure to make a case is an admission to this fact. At a hearing on July the 22nd, Matheny Willard said that 3 other attorneys will now join the defense team. They are Curtis Brown, Kenneth Singleton, and Peter Hansen. Matheny Willard isn't only defending Cory Bigsby. In April, she also filed a cease and desist order against several Hampton officials meant to protect his family. The order alleges Talbot, Hampton Mayor Donnie Tuck, and City Attorney Sharon Cardell has made statements that are reckless, dangerous, and create conditions where the Bigsby family could be targeted for more harassment and potential violence. In May, Matheny Willard filed an internal affairs complaint on behalf of the Bigsby family against Talbot. It alleges that Talbot made reckless and false statements about the Bigsby family, lack of cooperation at a public town hall meeting, She alleges those statements provoked verbal, life-threatening attacks by community members. The city responded, stating that Talbert would not retract any of his statements on Cody's disappearance and denies that the chief put anyone's life in danger. Through court hearings, the investigating team has learned more about Cory Bigsby's past. The team learned that Cory Bigsby has an estranged wife and they have multiple older children who also live in the Hampton Road area. His estranged wife is not Cody's mother, and her children are not the ones who were in the home when the alleged child neglect incidents took place. We also learned that Cory Bigsby was honorably discharged from the U.S. Army in 2017 after 20 years of service. Court records show that on his last day in the Army, Cory Bigsby was found in violation of AWOL. Being away without leave, he told the Hampton judge that he was not actually AWOL, but was looking for jobs so he could transition out of the military, and failed to report his location to his chain of command. Hampton Commonwealth attorney Anton Bell cross-examined Cory Bigsby and found that he was AWOL for more than 3 weeks. He told his commander he was in Germany, but in reality, he traveled back to the United States. Bell confirmed that he received a copy of Cory Bigsby's military records from police. While he was in the military in 2011, Cory Bigsby was also reprimanded for stealing Nintendo games from the commissary on Fort Hood. He did not receive any military citation for the theft, court records confirmed. Cory Bigsby told a Hampton judge that he moved back to the Hampton Roads area after he ended his military service in 2017 because he has children in the area. His extended family lives in Washington, D.C. Members of that extended family includes Cory Bigsby's sister, great aunt, and great uncle spoke out in support of the father during a press conference on July the 14th. The family says they have not been able to visit Cory Bigsby or his other 3 sons who are currently in foster care. The family defended Cory Bigsby's innocence. They described the relationship between Cory Bigsby and Cody as loving, saying the 4-year-old was like his father's shadow. He's a good dad. He's not this villain that, okay, this is a quote from the great aunt. He's a good dad. He's not this villain that you think. Cory Bigsby's great aunt, Shenette Hinton, says. Family also said that Cody was a typical child, one who loved to run and play and always wanted to eat ice cream for breakfast. Cody was living full-time with his father when he was reported missing. Little is known about his mother except that she currently lives in the Washington, D.C. area. Through a spokesperson, Cody's mother released her first and only public statement to the investigation team, which reads, this is from Cody's mother, that one and only statement. At this present time, I do not wish to take part in any telephone, television, or social media interviews. My reluctance is based on the upcoming trial and the questions asked are questions that will be addressed in court. In addition, I have been advised by legal counsel not to address the public. However, I would like to speak to the support of the community. I sincerely appreciate all the volunteers, the rescue workers, police, the FBI, the news reporters, the community at large, family, friends, and everyone who is showing love and support for Cody. It truly warms my heart. I am praying for the safe return of my baby boy, Cody. I hope the public and the community understand and respect my position during this tragic time. That's it, you guys. I will put up if anybody got anything that they want to say, they can speak on it. Like I said, it all depends on who's speaking. And as I read that, you guys can tell where that came from. And it seems like they're trying, I don't know, getting some kind of public, you know, sympathy. Says, Mom, just get involved. Why aren't you there? Look for your baby. Smart lady. Okay. There is one thing. Let me see. Let me try to remember what it was. The thing that struck out on me on all of this, and I know that's a lot, you guys, but the thing that got me was I never heard Cory ask to go try to find his kid. I mean, that's the only thing that really got me to wonder, like, you ready to go lay down? Your kid is missing and you're tired, you're sleepy. Like, what was you on before you came? Why are you tired and sleepy? Your kid is missing. What do you mean you're tired and sleepy? You're from the Army, 20 years. Y'all stay up for 4 or 5 days straight. I can stay up for 4 or 5 days straight. You know, I mean, those are the things that kind of came out. I'm not beating nobody up. I'm just saying, when my child came up missing, the last thing I was thinking about was some sleep. I want you to talk to me. I want to come in. I didn't hear him say come and help. I didn't hear, and maybe that's not in here. I don't know. I didn't hear him say, I want to go find my kid. I only heard he was tired. He was exhausted. He was asleep. You know, he done been drugged to hell and back, and he ain't going there no more. What do you mean? You know, answer the question, and maybe they can find your baby. You know, and I know when I was looking for my kid, I was so happy somebody came and they were blocking off streets and everything. I mean, I was happy, you know, and I knew if they don't find my kid, I don't know. It's just somebody have to have them. And you question yourself. I know you question yourself. What did you do wrong? What could have done different? I mean, you're like beating yourself up and things, but I mean, they talk about Codi as always, you know, past tense. I seen that when they did the press conference. They talked the sister always he was loved and he liked that, and he you know, like, even when my mother passed, I still didn't talk about her in the past tense for a long time. It's just like, you know, even sometimes something would happen, I would still be like, oh man, you know, I can't wait to call mama. And I'll be like, dang, my mama gone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, you know, and I still, you know, I tell people, yeah, my mother's gone, but I love my mama. I don't say I loved her, because guess what? I still love her. You know what I'm saying? I don't say, you know, she was loved. No, you know, I don't know. It's too early to be talking past tense. So I'm just saying that's what I got out of the situation. But you know, like I said, I'm not on one side or the other when it comes to these parents or anything, you guys. I'm just not. You guys know that. And we do got to listen and hear both sides of the story. You can't make a rash decision with just what you want to hear because it sounds great, or you know what I'm saying. And the other thing that yes, like Vision, the other thing that caught my attention when the mother said, she said it on February the 10th. She, you know, she will speak on these things when time to go to trial. And you got to remember, he got charged on the 3rd, And then she talking about trial on the 10th. You know what I'm saying? Trial on some child abuse or whatever. And then she allegedly supposed to have came down there with an attorney. Hey, Juicy J, how you doing? I see you in the building. We're right now, Juicy J. This is my new friend, Juicy J. She's over here, you guys. I will have to talk to you when we get done with this live right here. I will stay live on Precocious, but I'm also live on YouTube. And yeah, you did miss us yesterday or the other day. How are you doing? So the trial is on November the 17th, right? I'm not for sure, but that sounds pretty much like correct, you know? Baby mama never ever tried looking for her baby. She never did try looking for a baby. She never called the family. She never called the sister, the auntie, the uncle. And you know, the other thing that struck me kind of a little bit upset when they were in the press conference and they were like, they don't get to see Cory and, you know, and the police department is saying it's because of the COVID and they don't know nothing about all that. And they been, you know, I wouldn't say missionaries, but they've been clergy for a long time, and they go here. The uncle was stating, you know, from this state to that state, but you guys didn't even go see the kids. You know what I'm saying? You said y'all didn't get to see the kids because y'all lived out of state, but you said that you go visit other people that's in jail in different states, and this is what you do. And in 2 years, you didn't even go see the kids. And I'm going to tell you something. I think when they probably seen Codi, is not to see Codi. I think they seen, the last time they seen Codi is because them other kids was being born. Support what Steph says, the mom had a history of child abuse. Yes. Hey, George, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Juicy, I see you in the building. Something default don't add up. A lot of it don't add up. But here's the thing. They're getting ready to go to court. Amina said they were going to come back on. They were going to come back and do a press conference, and they did not do it. I guess this is their way of doing their press conference. The sad thing about the whole thing, thank you, George, thank you for the hee. The sad thing about all of what I just read, you guys, and I kid you not, I've never seen a news reporter that would write something in that nature. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like everything that would have came out of, I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of what she said, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying you knew where it was coming from when they said the attorney was fired. There's a backlash. On my word, these babies were born into madness. Mommy is abusive and daddy leaves toddlers at home alone. Breaks my heart. Exactly. Go ahead, LaKendra. What do you got to say, baby?
To me, it's just something that's really weird. And I believe the mom came down, like I said, with a lawyer for a reason. You was quick to be like, well, I'll talk about it at trial. How did you know about trial? What do you know? What have y'all done? Like, this don't make no sense to me at all. But I honestly, I love the detective that was on the case, you know, the chief. Everybody can have their own opinion, but he was on it. he spotted something right away that told him this is more than what they saying.
Right.
And it's so sad that we got to deal with this right now. Like, it's so many people coming up missing, kids coming up missing. And it's like, just hold on to your children. Love your children no matter how they are. Everybody get upset. Who don't just yell at kids? I yell at mine all the time. But I don't even think they could count on one hand for how many, whoopings they did receive. And they also ain't gonna count on hands for missing not one meal.
Right.
It's a problem. It's something deeper. And I do believe we're not gonna let Cody go unfinished. We still looking, we still trying to find things. But until they up what they know, like, it's hard for us to figure out. It's going to be very complicated. That's all I can say.
Right.
And it's other things going on with other children. So, yeah, we do need to look at what's going on now. What's up with the new kids and different stuff is going on. But we're not going to forget you.
Right.
We won't. Right. Yeah, so that's all I want to say. I'm just saying it's so much things that's happening now, and parents fail to realize like what it's really about. It's not about no man, ain't about no woman. It's selfishness.
Right.
You care about yourself more than what you bring into the world. That's what it seemed like to me. Like, man, I lay down my life for mine. But y'all want to create and do harm. He knows more than what he's sitting up there saying. And I'm tired of hearing Cory, Cory, Cory. I don't give a damn what they didn't give you. Too bad. You don't need it.
Right.
Let's talk about this kid. He's not saying nothing. And that's really like strange to me. So we want to take him out the loop, like, oh, he covering for somebody. Yeah, I believe so, but he also covering for himself.
Right.
And if you ain't learned to love, you can't love nobody else.
Right. And he showed it when he was in there.
Yeah.
He didn't say, let me out of here so I can go look for my kids.
Yeah, he talking about, oh, I've been here all this time. I need to go to sleep. Ain't no way I could have slept. If they didn't find my baby, ain't no way I could have go home and sleep. I don't give a damn how tired. We walking in the dark. We walking with flashlights. We out here for mine. So that told me like they pretty much already really know where he is. Right. But just tell us so you don't have all these hearts that go to bed at night with this on their conscience and brain and trying to help when y'all seem like y'all don't even want the help. They don't want the help because they already know what it is.
Well, exactly.
And that's ridiculous.
But let me ask you this question. Do you honestly think they care that all these people is worried about Cory? I mean, Cody. Praying about Cody. If they didn't care
honestly, I think they don't care. I really think they don't care, but that just tells you a little more about how they life was. Like, how can you not think people is gonna react to this? Is not a 13-year-old ran away girl, some stuff, she snuck out the house. No, this is a little baby. 4 years old. To me, that's still a little child. And you ain't worried, but we worry. They don't care. They don't care. And that's what's killing me. Like, I'm so glad, I don't want to say it like that we going to move on from this case, because we ain't going to forget you.
Right.
Cody, for sure. But like this is just like I ain't never seen nothing like it. Like, man, this is
None
real.
of the stuff really adds up. Someone over here, Didi, is
Mhm.
saying, if he woke up at 7,
And the
why didn't
times keep changing.
he woke up at
First it
7?
was
Called the service for 9.
5, then it went to 7 now. Did you get up at 9 or was you even home? Did you come home in the morning,
Yeah, did
walk
you
in the
come
house
home
and
at
notice,
7?
oh, somebody not there?
Well, one thing about when a child come up missing, you know what? 10 minutes is a long time.
Man, I'm telling you, that 15 minutes for me seemed like death. And as soon as I grabbed, but it was really funny because I was looking right at her. All the kids outside the house, right in front of the building. I seen her right here inside. Told her, no, you can't go outside and go play. Got up, walked in the bathroom, came out, front door was open. So I just knew like, oh, she gonna be there. But that panic feeling, when I tell you, I don't care who you don't like. Any enemies could be my best friend. Find my child. I called 911 when they got on the phone. The first thing after I had let them know, like, I don't see my daughter, and it wasn't even 15 minutes then. And then the operator person said, hold on. As soon as they said, hold on, that was a problem. What you mean, hold on? I don't give a damn what call's coming through right now. This is the most important, ain't no hold on. But the hold on came back real quick, and they like, oh, what color beret? They already had her.
Yeah.
And they couldn't tell me because it was a 5150 person that walked her out the building. But it was just in a smack of like real quick. So things can happen, but at those times, I don't think so. Like, no, I don't see no baby getting it's snowing. I want to go outside 2 in the morning. Like, that don't sound right at all. That baby been gone. He been gone a long time. We just didn't know about it. It sound like the same little Christmas story as Trezell now.
Right.
But nobody want to step it up. So it's like, what can we do? We want to help you, but it seemed like you don't even want the help. So that tells me you have done something.
Right.
Also. I think he's in trouble.
Right.
And he's right where he needs to be. Real stuff. Because there ain't no way, even like I say, my enemy, would have came on there, looked for my baby.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 15 minutes. And when I say my heart was pounding, and even the neighbors, they was like looking around because we was in a big complex, apartment then, not in the house that we is now. But I started telling them, no, don't look in trash cans. No. It's a scare tactic, and this man is talking about he tired, he sleepy. Ain't no way I'll be tired, sleepy, hungry, nothing.
Right.
I'm out there.
Right. If you're tired and I just want to lay down and all this stuff. What do you mean you want to lay down?
That's very weird. So I'm saying, while we throwing stones other places, some stones gonna fall back on him because that don't sound right.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. If
I've been through it, and like that 15 minutes felt like 15 hours to me.
Right.
If it would have got to like an hour, and we don't know where she at, I couldn't even stand up. I wouldn't have been able to even stand up. Real talk. And y'all worried about, oh, he didn't get this, he ain't getting that. He don't need nothing. Tell us where this baby at. He don't need nothing. He knows. They know.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop down, but I'm up in the chat.
All right.
But I just wanted to stress, like, for a parent that has experienced like just a regular mistake loss,
Yeah.
it's kids all around. Everybody looked and kept saying, "Oh, she right here. She was just right here." We just know she ain't right here. For 15 minutes, my heart dropped. And when I say it dropped, you don't care about eating, sleeping. You ain't gonna go home. You don't give a damn about the other kids. They safe. They here. You just go like full fledged. I need to find my baby. And it seemed like he not trying to find his baby. They not trying to find his baby. They just want him out of there. Come on now.
Right.
So I'll drop down, but that's all I wanted to say. Like, anybody that experienced it, like, things don't go that way. I give big props to the detective because I truly believe when he walked in there the first time, he seen something that told him they was lying already. To be honest, they never came to my house. They didn't take my kids out.
Right.
Period. That does not go down like that. They damn sure ain't gonna call FBI that quick for him to be on it. I give him the utmost respect. He did what he was supposed to do for the community.
Right. Okay.
So I'm gone. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna share one more thing with everybody before everybody leave. Because this I don't want to, if I don't share this with you guys, I know I'm gonna have to come back to it, and I don't want to come back to it. So I'm gonna share it with you right now, because you know what? When people say I got time today, and I know some people are gonna be in their feelings, and you know what? I'm actually I'm rearranging some stuff right now, so just give me a minute. Don't go nowhere. Because I want to show everybody something. But I gotta take out some other stuff. Oh God, Lord help me. I need to cut my nails. This is a mess. Here, there it is right here. Okay. Here's the other little thing I want to address it before we, like I said, until they got other stuff going on as far as court case and new information or whatever. She said, take your time, Miss P. I will. I'm trying, but our hour is up. And but I do want you guys to really pay attention. I'm gonna show it to you guys on Precosha too. So this is why people, and this is why people are saying that the picture of Codi is not Codi. When they did this updated picture of Codi with the striped shirt with the white background, and everybody's like, that's not Codi, that's Codi's brother. Well, let me put it side by side, you guys. Codi's brother and the picture that they sent. And you tell me if this is the same kid or if is this Codi. The one with the hat on is Codi's brother. And you guys know Codi is the one on the other picture. Please take it. I'm trying to hold it still. She said, oh, they both adorable. Is that the same kid? Or is one of them Codi and one of them's Cory? I mean, one of them's Codi's older brother and one of them's Codi, no, they're not twins. That's not twins, lady. That's Codi's older brother and Cory. I mean, Codi. God, yeah. Baby Codi has a faded mark under his lip. Light says they do look different. Not the same kid, I don't think. Not the same kid. I'm going to tell you something. See, this is why I normally don't even go off into the comparison with you guys, because I could show you two pictures of the same person and you guys would be like, and y'all done did it before. So I don't even do that no more, because you guys be like, oh, they're different, SP. You're wrong. They're different. Oh my goodness. Because I know I wear glasses. But you know what? They be the same person. And I sit there and say, oh, really, you guys? And y'all like, yeah, that's a whole different person. It was the same person. I just never did tell you. I wanted to see how complex you guys would do and tear up something. But I didn't tell you. It was the same person. Different time. 6 months different, but it was the same person. Y'all told me, oh, the nose is different. The ears was, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. These kids, if they're not the same child, my grandson got brothers and they all look alike, but 1 year older or something, you're going to have your baby fat. This child in June got no baby fat at all. Yeah, that's his older brother. Lisa T, well, she said, Codi has sad eyes when he's sad, but Codi has beautiful eyes when he's smiling. Have you noticed that? And they're not sad. You understand what I'm saying? It could have been woke all night or whatever, but I'm looking, and I'm looking at the chin. I'm looking at the ears, and, you know, and it could be just because they got the same parent. But anyway, you guys, I wanted to share the picture. Sugar Mom says 2 different kids. One is taller than the other. How do you know who is taller than who? See what I'm saying? Sugar Mama, how do you know? I can put the picture up bigger and they can be the same size. I'm looking, the ear looks a little different, but what I'm saying is, like, it's strange to me that in all of his other pictures, thank you, Rosie, thank you for the applause. She said, Rose, you guys, let me tell you something. I think, and this is just what me saying, she said, show it again. Because y'all want to take pictures of it. Yeah, that's supposed to be a June the 21st photo, allegedly. Exactly. Bev says, I was such grain pipes. I mean, I'm just saying, keep things in your mind that I think that if Codi was gone a long time, maybe, because remember at one point in time, I think he had said that he had took Codi with him to the dealership, and then they found out that wasn't Codi, that was his brother. I think at sometimes he's been trying to pass the older brother off as Codi. And remember, somebody said Codi was a big brother. The sister said Codi was the big brother. How was Codi the big brother when Codi's 3? Why would a sister say Codi was a good big brother? How do you mean Codi was a good big brother? Because there's other kids that's younger too, that you guys have, you know what I'm saying? You talked about the older kids, but there's younger kids that is in the equation also. I'm just saying, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's just something that I wanted to make sure I got off my chest and showed everybody. And I think this case is going to be really just all over the place. But I think if we stick on there, we're only going to give gasoline to the attorneys right now, because we just, they're trying to put the case about the civil lawsuit in front of the public. Nothing in here was about Codi, basically, really. You guys understand what I'm saying? Absolutely nothing. Nothing was in here about Codi. And I'm going to say this, and I'm definitely going to say this. That what angered me this morning. Because why would a newscast put something like this out here and have no regard to the child that's missing? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. People down there acting like they got sense. Everybody's going where the money's going. Since they're going to make a TV show, even the news reporters going where the money's going. If they can get a interview, they're going to let them say what, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, have some dignity, have some integrity. So I'm like, I mean, I know everybody's got to report what, but then please tell us where you got your sources from. Quit saying it like it's just court. This is the court. But you're not mentioning why they didn't show you the things that was the good things. You know what I'm saying? Like how much money was spent, all the places that they looked. What did they find? Did they find blood? Was it a lot of blood? Who all did they speak to and how long did they speak to them? You know, what did the neighbors say? If this was really court reported, if this was in the court papers, there would be more information. This is a one-sided conversation with an attorney or the family, you guys. I'm just keeping it real. But I wanted to share it because, like I said, you know, that's what it was. Why would you report a kid you don't know? Yeah, Miss Philly. No mention of the child whatsoever. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. There was a case down there in Oklahoma with a man. It was homicide, suicide situation, but I don't know if we're gonna get to it. But you guys, you know, hey, I just wanted everybody to know what was going on there, and be careful in these Facebook and YouTube streets and TikTok, because these new attorneys, and like I said, I knew that these attorneys, they're not playing fair. They're in these chats and they're watering down these conversations and trying to get in everybody's ears and everything. So just be careful, okay? I mean, that's what I hear, allegedly. So we're gonna, anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Oh, I want everybody to know all the cards is out. So you will be getting them in the next couple of days. So be looking for them, okay, you guys? Everybody that won everything on Christmas in July, Just look out for it, all right? All right, you guys. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.